Morning everyone, Ian from DIY Home Gardening. One of those mornings where you cannot sleep, 5:30, might as well do some seed sowing. So this morning I'm going to be sowing the Echium Pininana. So yeah, just turn the camera around to have a little look together. Right, so 16th of May, and to be honest, it's possibly a little bit late, but I think I've still got plenty of time, in all honesty, because generally speaking, these don't want to be sown until sort of close to summerish time anyway, or late spring, early summer. Now, this is perennial or biennial. It's, if you've ever been to Cornwall, then you'll see it in quite a few places, and ciliars, but it's the really tall Echium, gets to about, I don't know, 12 feet, 10-12 feet, produces a really tall tower of spikes of flowers, massive old leaves, very impressive, great in a dry position. And I was thinking I might just try to give it a go, see if it'll survive out in the front garden. So yeah, I've got the seeds. They are ridiculously small. There's 20 in there supposedly, and I'm going to do it into that as my compost mix. So that is compost with perlite. It's basically the same mix that I've used for dahlia cuttings. What else? Can't think what. Oh, chilies. The echinaceas. So yeah, really fine mix, free draining. So the perlite gives it the free draining element. Also helps to retain a bit of moisture as well. So yeah, that's the mixture I'm going with. Guess just need to get the seed sown. Right, so this is one of those plants, one of those seeds I should say, that takes a long time to germinate, good couple of weeks potentially. So with that in mind, I suppose that's probably partly why I've left it so late, is because I needed to have propagator free to do them. I don't even know if you can see those seeds. So you know, there's 20 there. Can't really turn my hand too much for fear of them all dropping out. But if there are 20, that means that every cell in this tray is going to be full. Unusually for me, I'm only doing one seed per cell because, well, that's all there are. Oh, not too many. Oh. Last one's got 2 in it. Well, actually, there might be 2 that have got 2 in it. And under the RHS recommendation on this, it says sow the seed and do a light covering. So for that, for my light covering, I tend to go with vermiculite. And vermiculite, if you've seen some of my other videos, you'll know why I use it, because one, it'll cut out the light, but as it breaks down, it releases a good amount of micronutrients, trace elements, which just help the seedlings get away. And it's very good when you've got small seedlings, but because it's a dry product, what I then need to do, give it a soak, some water, and then that just means that it's not going to be taking away moisture from around the actual seed. by giving it a good soak, it's going to make that propagator nice and humid as well, so that should aid with germination. That should be enough. And as always, get your label ready. And put in a heated propagator. That's it. I'll come back once they've started doing something. We'll see. Right, just uncovering the propagator. So this is 9 days on from seed sowing. 4 seeds germinated. The tray does feel pretty light, to be honest, so I'm going to give it another drink and see whether a few more seeds will germinate. But oh no, it's a 5th one there. So I reckon, yeah, give them water, see if a few more come up. But actually, I'll be happy just with 5, to be honest. But well, let's see what happens. So thought I would do you the update. So 3 weeks on from seed sowing. Obviously previously we had a few obvious growing plants, but now another one come through. There's a little shoot there appearing. So yeah, they're definitely one that's taken longer. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now got 11 out of 20 cells have a seed germinated and actively growing. Still on the heated mat, so yeah, I think that's got to be helping. And you know, even on an overcast day like today, you can see that's the temperature. Yeah, I'll just show you. Press the reset, so 21.8. So that's the higher temperatures is what is driving the germination now of the Echium. Right, so this is final part of the video really on growing the Echium Pininana. 28th of June, so 6 weeks on from sowing time, although it does seem a lot longer. And we've got, what have we got? 13 plants out of a possible 20 cells, so actually not a bad germination rate compared with well, certainly compared with what I have been reading on some sites. And so yeah, first year of trying to grow it. So what I'm going to do now, going to go potting phase, and so we will go from that size cell into a 10.5 centimetre pot, as that's the smallest I always go to, and then certainly that will allow plenty of plant development, root development to fill that. And the view is I'll then do the planting of these next year. But for the time being, let's get the camera set up and just show you a quick bit of potting. So hopefully it will be nice and simple. Just crumble a bit of compost into the base, like so. Let's try and get one out. So this is quite a perlite mix, so very free draining. And you can see there, it's got the root zone clearly visible, so just need to be a little bit careful. Gonna need to put a bit more compost in there. Totally underestimated how developed that is. So it will still obviously maintain the free draining element around the root zone because of that perlite that exists, but we're now giving it a bit of, you know, adult compost, so to speak, where it's going to get a few more nutrients and hopefully get going as it can retain a little bit more moisture. And that's the first one done. So get the others potted now. Now I was going to it's worth noting just on something like this where it's got a little bit more stretched than the others, and it can be put in a touch deeper. And that's just going to help to support that base stem. And if we're lucky, it will root from the base also, but it's just going to give a bit more stability to the plant. So that's the seedlings done. Just give them a light watering. That just helps settle the compost around them. And then the main thing really is just making sure they don't dry out. That's that. All done. So that's it. Video done. Seed sowing through to plant, viable plant in 6 weeks. Obviously now they just need to grow on with the view then that they'll be planted out next year and possibly flowering towards the end of next year, but more than likely flowering in the subsequent year. So 2024 now, have flowers 2026. Obviously, as it's a perennial, it's always going to be a longer journey from seed sowing through to flowering plant. But if you've got any questions, then obviously send them to me. I'll do my best to answer them for you. Got to bear in mind, first time growing it, so yeah, don't know a lot more than if you're trying it for yourselves for the first time, but certainly I'll give it a go to answer those questions you may have. If you like what I'm doing, then please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that reminder button so you don't miss out on future videos, and above all else, just enjoy yourself, have fun and try something new. So till next time, bye for now.